just in case you've got a Robin RGD3300 air-cooled diesel generator. Getting it apart to do a crankcase seal. It was leaking the oil out. Fortunately, it's got a oil sensor cut out. It didn't kill it when it leaked the oil out twice. Anyway, the thing that you might be wanting to figure out is getting this thing here, this armature, off that tapered shaft. And once you've taken out this big bolt here out of the center, probably, yeah, other end, you're gonna have to smack this thing with a lead shot hammer, or I used a block of wood and a hammer. That side, then that side, turn it over a bit, and then that side, turn it over a bit, that side. Just keep on smacking it, and what it does, it loosens this taper joint off that shaft, and you lift the armature out, and then you can take this thing here out with those 4 bolts. This housing there, and then this goes on, the windings, and yeah, so that's, make sure you take the tank off. I was hoping to do it without taking the tank off, but that was a absolute essential, because the motor lifts straight up here, and yeah, it's a bit of a mission. But there's nothing on YouTube, nowhere, anywhere I could find any information on it. So just in case this helps someone, here's the old tank. It's got 2 hoses coming off it. Stick a center punch in there, nail punch or something, and it's got 3 connections coming out of it. So that one there, I think, is the return from the injector. So it's a bit of a mission, all the connections and things, but I think I'm getting it. And these horrible little engine mounts, these things here, have a bolt underneath. See if I can see it. You see that? And then there's a, right beside it is another engine mount, this thing here, and that has to come off as well. And that's got a little rubber bush on a little shaft. There's a shaft that runs right through. Don't know if you can see that shiny little thin shaft underneath the motor there. And that, I'm just missing one of them, so watch out when you lift them out. These are loose. There's a little shaft sticking out there, and the engine mount goes on top of that, and the whole front of the motor is held up by the rest of it. That motor, oh, sorry, got the thing upside down. There's an engine mount there in the front there, that thing there, and then all this stuff goes in, this electrical stuff goes in, and yeah, so that supports the electrical stuff. So that's the thing, to pull one of these apart. The first thing I would do is get the tank off, plug the hoses, stick the tank somewhere safe. Then I probably didn't need to, but I took this strap across here that's removable. I thought it might be removable for a reason. Probably didn't need to. I had the air cleaner off. I was about to get the exhaust off. Didn't need to, but it was handy having 2 or 3 people grabbing it under here and under here, and then getting another grip, because it's real tight through here. These 2 bars, it's quite tight getting it through there. Of course, it's a bit of a tight fit through here. It's reasonably heavy with all the oil in it and everything. And yep, so, and then we're able to bash that, get that thing armature out. It was a mission. So hopefully that helps someone. And the oil filter here's a mission. If you're trying to, there's a little 10mm plug right underneath the thing. Don't know if I can see it in the dark with my phone. See that little plug there? and that drains it, and it's got three connections, and one, I think the long one from the tank, the long thin one from the tank. This one here, I think that goes down into the middle, this little middle connector here. This is the main, so the main tank feeds into here, into the fuel valve, which goes into the filter direct, comes up here. This is the main feed to the diesel pump. Here, where is it? There, it comes in here to the diesel pump. So when you're bleeding it, when you've got everything together, there's a little screw here. You see it? Where's the light? There, that little screw there on that diesel pump. I don't know, I've got this, probably got this cable in the wrong way, but anyway, too late now. That there, you undo that, wind the starter, or pull the cord if you've got one, till diesel comes out there, tighten it off, and then loosen this 17mm nut here on the injector, and you keep on winding until the diesel makes its way up and comes out here. Seal that off nice and tight, and that should start. Of course, here's the stop and go mechanism here. Yeah, so hopefully that helps somebody. And if you start the engine on these things and there's no volts, doesn't run the 220, 240 on the voltmeter, you plug a electric angle grinder, a little one, into the point, switch it on while this is running with no volts coming out. Make sure the brake is on, and it's American, up is, in New Zealand up is off and down is on, but you'll see it says off. It's a backwards one. So up is on here, like in America, and then you get your angle grinder and you run it backwards fast on a piece of board or something, and what that does, it activates this I think it's the stator coil activates, and suddenly there's magnetism, electromagnetism happening in here, and suddenly you hear the engine surge and the revs come up and the angle grinder starts spinning. So be safe, don't hurt yourself on it. Don't hold the thing against your leg or something while it's starting up. So hopefully that's a help to somebody.